All right, what is up, everybody? Divine Hood here, coming at you with another daily update on Bitcoin and the crypto markets. Okay, guys, today was an important FOMC meeting day and no rate cut as expected, but also we had something called the Summary of Economic Projections come out, and it's just projecting the economy over the next future, the next few months or so, and it was a bit more bearish than previously expected. So in some ways, that's a bad catalyst. Unemployment is less than it was expected to be, and also inflation's expected to be higher than previously expected. So both bearish signs could cause a little bit of bearish momentum in the market as far as macroeconomics go. But Bitcoin's holding up pretty well. You can see we did have a little bit of volatility around that FOMC event in this area here where my cursor's at, but nothing really much. And Bitcoin's just been really boring, ranging sideways and down. Now, we did bounce from our local 786 area. If we pull just from that little bounce that we saw yesterday up to yesterday's highs at the end of the night, if we look at our 786 retracement, you can see actually, yeah, hit a little bit past the 786. Let's see, did we actually hit the 886? 886 was hit, so we're bouncing from the 886. Now, we are ranging more sideways, and our uptrend is a bigger uptrend. But I've been talking about all this week coming down to take out our lows around 1027 into the value area low, into the pitchfork band, and into our 786 right around 102,575. And I do still think that's a possibility, but so far our range on Bitcoin is continuing to hold around our point of control, and we are making higher lows with us developing some possible some confirmed bull divs on the chart. So you can see here on the hourly chart here. Oh, excuse me, not bull divs. We need to make a lower low for those bull divs, but I think on lower time frames earlier today, we did make some bull divs on the chart. You can see as we were coming down, lower lows on the chart, higher lows on the price action. Also, our money flow was going up. So we did have that local long opportunity earlier today on the lows earlier today, but so far not much has come of it. And really, Bitcoin, it was just a nothing burger day. Nothing happened. We are ranging, continuing to range. I still do think that breakdown to 102.6, 102.5 area is possible, and I will still be looking for long down there. But as far as new developments today, you can see we fell below with the FOMC meeting stuff, fell below the point of control, pumped up back above it, back tested out on lower time frames on the 15-minute time frame, and we're bouncing from it and holding above it and continuing to rise here. Now our money flow is coming to the upside on the 15-minute. We also have some good money flow, higher lows on money flow. Now it's not bullish divs because we didn't make a lower low, but money flow is rising to the upside on the 15-minute. If we zoom out onto our 4-hour chart here, 4-hour chart, we are seeing that money flow curve up again, and we did get that bottoming out of the momentum wave with a green dot on the 4-hour. So what this tells me is probably more range type price action. And we did say this range could last a couple more weeks, especially if it's going to be a distribution range. We want it to mature a little bit more. Let's look at our heat map real quick. And if we look at our heat map, this is the Model 2 heat map just over the last 24 hours. And you can see the majority of the liquidity is above us still. It's coming up into that 106K area. And so that would be kind of taking out the highs from yesterday. If we look at our highs from yesterday, they're around 105.6. So if we come up, take out our highs from yesterday, come up into that 106K area, which is also going to be our golden pocket. If we take our Fibonacci from Monday's highs to Tuesday's lows, and we turn on our golden pocket, you can see our golden pocket's coming in. Sorry, not that golden pocket. Our golden pocket from our lower high, our wave 3 lows, if this is going to be a potential 5-wave impulse, coming in right around that 106K area. So that is an area where we could look for a little bit of a rejection. But remember, if we are looking at this now, this being a 5-wave impulse playing out to the downside is far less likely just because the amount of time that we've been consolidating sideways here. So I'm no longer really looking at that as an impulse down, but I do still think we can come down one more time to continue to grab our 102.6, 102.5K lows. And one of the main reasons I think that, if we zoom out onto the daily time frame, our money flow is now starting to drain to the downside pretty aggressively here on the daily time frame. And we did have those triple drives of bear divs that we expected to play out as soon as money flow started coming to the downside. So at least to be nice, it would be nice to come to the value area low of the range of our last 5 weeks, tap that value area low. It doesn't mean it doesn't have to happen because we are holding our point of control. Also, let's go on to the 6-hour chart. 6-hour chart is printing a green dot and our momentum wave is bottoming out, but you can see money flow. Okay, now it's starting to curve up. So that is a little bit of a good sign here. There's just, to me, what I'm seeing on the charts with all of this is giving me a signal that more range is possible. More of a range is possible. So I will be looking at just playing the range. And really, I'm not interested in anything in the middle of this range. I'm not interested in shorting 106 unless we see like a confirmed SFP, take that liquidity and drop below it. But really what I'm going to be looking for is taking out or coming near the value area high. If we pull our fib from the highs on last Monday, the 9th, to our lows that we made on the 12th, this golden pocket has already been hit. Okay, so sorry guys, I'm getting a little bit confused here. From the highs of this Monday to the lows of yesterday, you can see that golden pocket is coming in right around the macro value area high and our anchored VWAP. So that would be the area where we would expect a bit of a rejection, because if we zoom out on the daily time frame, we are still closing daily candles below our macro value area high. And now that we're back below the macro value area high again, it will act as resistance until we can get back above it and maybe flip it to support. So that area is an area where we could reject, continuing to form like this triangle consolidation formation and see a little bit of more of a range play out, a consolidation range play out. So that 106.8 to 107K, that's an area where I've been interested in a short position. And then other than that, the long, I'm only looking at 102.5, 102.6. Okay, let's go on to our CVD and open interest here. And CVD and open interest, let's zoom out onto the 15-minute chart. Let me pull this. Our CVD is continuing to drop throughout the day, but so is our open interest. So I did talk about how if our open interest, it was consistently rising and we were seeing potential bullish absorption happen on the charts. But I did warn about when we see these big drops in open interest like this, it tends to invalidate the bullish absorption. Well, now our open interest is dropped pretty much down to the lows here. And we really are not seeing that bullish absorption anymore on the charts, but we are still seeing bullish CVD divergence. So you can see from June 13th lows, we are making higher lows on the price action, and we are definitely making lower lows on the CVD. So that is bullish CVD divergence. It is not the same as absorption. Absorption is a much better signal to trade off of, but at least it is showing that Bitcoin is trying to hold up here. It is trying to hold this range. It would be nice to come down to sweep one more time, grab those lows, and then get that big push up. It would give us a lot of fuel to give a push up to the upside. And then other than that, really nothing else too much going on for Bitcoin. I just expect more of a range. I do have to warn though, just like I warned in yesterday's video, things could get bearish, especially with the summary of economic projections. The way they came out a little bit bearish today, it is concerning for me that this might actually be a distribution pattern in the making, and we might break down in the next couple weeks, possibly down to 96.5 or even lower. So that is something I will be watching. Primarily still, I'm just watching those two levels, 107K and 102.5K, 102.6K. All right, that's it for Bitcoin. Just a quick update because there's nothing really new to update on Bitcoin. Let's go on to Ethereum here. So guys, Ethereum did come down to the value area low of the range again. Now, Ethereum's been in this range for about 6 weeks. We did reject from the value area high, and now we're coming down to the value area low in the anchored VWAP. But let me zoom out on the daily chart. So on Ethereum, I've been talking about this anchored VWAP from the cycle highs, and you can see that now that we're above it, it's really holding as support on the daily time frame. Yes, we were seeing wicks past it, and we saw one daily close underneath it, but the very next day we reclaimed it. So this anchored VWAP really is holding a support, and as long as we don't lose this anchored VWAP, which is also around the value area low of our range, I do think that Ethereum could continue to consolidate here before that push up to $3,100. Let me go ahead and turn off these naked dailies. So yes, Ethereum is still looking pretty good here. I will be interested still in taking along from a swing failure pattern of the range lows at 23.23, because I do think if we start to break this value area low, there's a very big possibility we could come down to this area of support, grab that liquidity of the range lows. But let's go ahead and take a Fibonacci from the highs of the range to our lows. We still have not hit this golden pocket at around $2,700, and we do have liquidity grab into that golden pocket. Let me go on to the 4-hour chart. Pull this over. So you can see it was Monday's highs. Monday's highs we rejected just above the value area high, but we do have a liquidity grab into this golden pocket. And anytime you see a liquidity grab into a golden pocket, that could be a potential rejection area where I would be interested in looking for a short, but not upon rejecting from the golden pocket. I would want to see the rejection from the golden pocket, and then as soon as we lose that level of 2682-ish, then I would look for the short. My short would go there, open entry there, stop would go above the highs, and I would be targeting the lows here, or targeting the lows really. That's a nice risk reward trade, and you could even leave some to run if it's going to break down. Okay, let's look at, do we have any fresh levels in here? Yeah, we do have a weekly that's a little bit above us, as well as that daily that's above us. Also, this daily, okay, I want to talk about this daily at 24.15, because we are building some liquidity with all these higher low wicks that we've been building over the past week or two. And if we do start to break the value area low in the anchored VWAP, we could flush down, grab that liquidity of all these three local lows into our daily, bounce, and then start to get back within our range. So the daily is another area where I'd be interested in looking for long, but only if we're seeing confirmed bullish signals, like confirmed bullish divs on Market Cipher B and NAMI. You know, right now, NAMI, the 4-hour money flow looks pretty bad. And on Market Cipher B, we're like crossing over into the red here on the 4-hour. So it's looking at least just a little bit rangy here. Okay, and then let's go ahead and look at our daily. Yeah, I would say money flow doesn't look the worst on Ethereum right now, and our momentum wave is looking like it kind of could bottom out if we hold this value area low. But we really need to see Bitcoin hold up, because if Bitcoin doesn't hold up, then Ethereum's going to crash down. We're probably going to take our range lows at 23.23. And as far as very, very locally, I'm just looking for shorts around that golden pocket around 27.11. We're just bouncing right now in between the point of control and the value area low. We're kind of stuck ranging in between those. But you can see now that we have lost our point of control, you can see after rejecting from the value area high, came down to point of control. It had a strong bounce, made a lower high though. And then since we've lost it and bounced from the value area low and the anchored VWAP, we have tried multiple times, 3, 4, 5 times to get back above our point of control. And we are not able to reclaim our point of control. To me, this is a little bit more of a local bearish signal showing that we could come down and at least SFP Thursday's lows or Tuesday's lows. Actually, I would like to SFP Thursday's lows, these lows here that are at 24.39. That is what I'm going to be watching for on Ethereum. Let's go ahead and pull a fib from our range lows to our range highs, and let me make sure that's on. $786 has been hit. Okay, let's look at our 886. 886 has not been hit because that 886 was created from this high. So 886 is at our Thursday lows, Thursday, June 5th lows, though that's a different low, different Thursday. Honestly, I'm not really interested in anything on Ethereum unless we have a confirmed swing failure pattern of last Thursday's lows, or we come up into our golden pocket and we see the SFP from our golden pocket and then start to lose our highs from Monday. Then I will look for a short. Other than that, I'm not interested in anything on Ethereum. Yes, we are ranging, but the range is getting a bit mature now, and we are definitely holding the value area low and the anchored VWAP, but it's just a matter of time till we either start to hold it and push to the upside, or we see that break down to grab some liquidity of either Thursday's lows or the range lows. Okay, that is it for Ethereum. Let's go on to Solana. So, guys, nothing has changed on Solana as well. I'm still looking for the SFP into the bottom of our pitchfork around $140, 140.4. It's just still slowly grinding to the downside. But you can see today we lost the anchored VWAP and we're kind of flipping the anchored VWAP and the channel midline to resistance now. So you could expect that Solana continues to slow grind down into this level where we could see an SFP of our prior range lows that we front ran a couple times here. And let's go ahead and pull our range of the last 3 weeks here, 2 weeks. Yeah, point of control there. Let's pull one more big range all the way of this topping pattern. We're at the value area low of the range and it's holding as well, but we're not seeing much strength off of that value area low. Money flow is starting to curve to the upside on the 1 hour. We do have 1 hour bull divs though, so that is nice to see. And what that tells me is that we can maybe at least just continue to range here on Ethereum, maybe push up to this point of control at 151. Confirmed 1 hour bull divs with money flow rising. Also on NAMI, we do have those same bull divs and money flows starting to cross over into the green here. Let's go on to our 4 hour chart. 4 hour, no bull divs yet, and money flows crossed over into the red. And also on NAMI, money flows crossed over into the red and no bull divs. So all signs are pointing towards a little bit more of a range. Maybe this 1 hour bullish divergence brings us up to the point of control where we could see a rejection at the point of control around 151.4. Let's see if our golden pocket is going to align. I think that's going to be, yeah, it's where our 0.5 is. So that's where the EQ of our past couple days of price action is here from Monday to today. 0.5 is there. That could be a small rejection area if those 1 hour bull divs do play out and push us up there. But honestly, it's not looking too good here for Solana. Like Solana looks overall a little bit more bearish, like we were going to come down and take our range lows, prior range lows. You can see on the daily time frame, we did have those bear divs on the daily coming up here, higher highs on the price action, lower highs on the momentum waves, and our money flow has been draining out, now crossing into the red on the daily time frame. To me, this tells me that we are at least going to come overall. We could chop around for a couple more days, but it looks like we want to come grab that liquidity of 140. And if we do not hold that, because that's where our pitchfork support is, then we could see a much bigger dump down to our golden pocket of this entire impulse up. Let's go ahead and pull that golden pocket, and that's going to be coming in around 130 to 127. That's also would be kind of the bottom of our big descending channel, bigger descending channel. Okay, on to SUI. SUI is still trying to hold the bottom of the descending channel. You could see I actually did take a long on SUI earlier today. Not too confident, honestly, not too confident in this long position on SUI, but we are trying to hold, and we were seeing those bull divs come in. Like you can see now, money flow is against us here. Money flow is still coming out here, but 3 hour bull divs, lower lows on the price action, higher lows on the momentum waves. If we go onto the 2 hour chart, you can see we do have 2 hour bull divs, and this is why I took the long based off of the 2 hour bull divs, because money flow started curving to the upside. And earlier today, when I took those divs, it was money flow was looking pretty good here. And then if we go onto the 1 hour, 1 hour bull divs, same thing. And money flow was starting to cross up into the green. Now it's coming back out again, but we are making bullish divergence on money flow as well. Let me go ahead and clean up this chart real quick so you guys can see that better. Where is, okay. So you can see higher lows on the money flow, with our money flow now curving to the upside on the 1 hour. Also, all the bull divs here on the 1 hour does give me a little bit of a hint that it might hold the lows of this channel and we could get a push up to this anchored VWAP. If we zoom back out onto the 4-hour chart, as long as we're below the value area low of this range, we're bearish. So we need to get back above 335 in order to really see SUI break up to further levels of resistance. But locally, we could take a Fibonacci from our highs of June 10th and we go down to today's lows. Oop. Yeah, okay, so golden pocket is a little bit below that value area low. Let's actually look at that 786 then. So I would say 786 and value area low around 335 to 337 is a potential rejection area where we could expect a bit of a rejection if SUI is going to hold the bottom of this channel and start to break market structure to the upside. So I would be looking at that area as a potential TP for the long and a potential rejection to drop down to our big box of support. But other than that, SUI is not really seeing anything else. I mean, like, yeah, we don't have much in between then. Okay, we do also have a naked daily point of control right around that area as well, 332. Interestingly, we do have a naked daily at 312. That could be a rejection area. Okay, but that's about it for SUI, guys. We're at the bottom of the channel. We are seeing some bull divs. It's trying to hold on just barely here. And when we did reclaim that channel, you see a deviation of the channel and then you reclaim it. That is a signal for me to start looking for long. So I just took a long just very recently here on SUI. Stop is below the low, of course. And TP1 was the anchored VWAP because this anchored VWAP is at our internal highs. So we could see an internal liquidity grab into that anchored VWAP at around 316. That is TP1. TP2 would be about 332 to 337. Okay, and let's go on to XRP. XRP here is still just chopping around. We're holding the value area low of our range of the last couple weeks here since May 30th. So yeah, 3 weeks. We've been ranging in this bottoming range of a much bigger range. And this range goes about 7 months now, 6-7 months now. We're holding the macro value area low of our 7-month range. And now we are just chopping sideways around that value area low. I do expect that if we can continue to hold this value area low, we could make our way up to that naked monthly point of control once again that I've been watching forever at 234, and we have a liquidity grab into that naked monthly point of control. I'm still long on XRP from around 2077, and I am looking for my first TP being that naked monthly point of control. But we do have now some internal, more local resistance below us. If we pull a fib from our highs on Monday down to today's lows and we turn on our golden pocket, you can see our golden pocket is going to be coming in around the value area high of our 3-week range. So that will be an area now. If we get up there, I'm going to at least take a partial TP there because I don't want to waste the entire trade. So at 225 to 226, that is a local resistance area where we might expect a bit of a rejection. And if we do reject there, I think we're going to come out and take out the lows from the 12th, Thursday the 12th. That is going to be here. Okay, but otherwise we're just ranging. We're holding the value area low. We are not really seeing any bull divs on the chart. Money flow is still kind of curving to the downside on the 4-hour. And then if we zoom out to the daily chart, no bull divs on the daily, but money flows overall coming to the upside on the daily. And what that tells me is that this range value area low, the macro range, the 7-month range value area low could hold, and we could pump up to that, at least that naked monthly point of control, or to our real box of resistance between 241 and 245, which we have a lot of confluence of resistance there. New daily levels. Okay, no, we do have a new daily level right before that naked monthly point of control, but I do think we could make it up to that naked monthly point of control if we break our golden pocket at 225, 226. And then let's go naked daily point of controls. Okay, we do have a new naked daily point of control right on top of that daily, actually. So a couple different resistances now locally. Naked daily in confluence with a daily level at 231. So that is going to be an area where you could look for a rejection as well. That I'm gonna make a box there because that's a big enough area to make a box, big enough resistance. And then as far as to the downside goes, though, I'm just looking at liquidity grabs. We are building up this liquidity as well on XRP. All of these higher lows that if we do start to break it down, we're going to sweep all of them. We're probably going to sweep all of them, come down, take out our lows at 205, maybe even these little internal lows at 203. But if we start to break this down, we could see a bigger drop on XRP. We could drop all the way to our golden pocket at $2. 201 to 197 is what I would expect. Okay, and then let's go on to Chainlink. Chainlink is just shopping around as well. Money flow on the daily is coming out pretty aggressive here. We are potentially building some bull divs on the daily though, and I do think Chainlink is one of the ones that it's looking a little bit more bullish of a setup because we are on the verge of developing daily bullish divs, but we need that money flow to start to bottom out and curve to the upside. On the 4-hour chart, we are still just chopping around within our range. Looks like this box of support didn't quite hold. Actually, as we first came down to it, we tried to hold it, didn't quite hold. We kept dropping today. Let's get rid of this one real quick. Okay, so for our more intermediate range, we do have the value area low of that range just below us at 12.4. And that was the area we were looking for potential long position on. But really, the good area to look at of our macro range value area low into our 786, and it's also a liquidity grab, the bottom of a pitchfork and the bottom of the channel is right around from 12 to like 11.7. 12 to 11.7 is our real box of support. So there's a possibility we could continue to slow grind until we get down to this area. We are seeing some slight bull divs on the 4-hour chart though, because we did take we took out Thursday's lows. Unlike Bitcoin, unlike Solana, unlike Ethereum, Chainlink took out Thursday's lows, and from the takeout of Thursday's lows, we have lower lows on the price action, higher lows on the momentum waves, and our money flow overall is curving to the upside on Chainlink. Now, this could bring us all the way up to our channel midline around 13.5. Let's take a Fibonacci here. Yeah, I would say 13.6 is where our golden pocket's coming in, 13.6-ish golden pocket just above that channel midline. We might be able to pump up to that area and see us come all the way up there with the bull divs that we're seeing on the chart. But other than that, it's just still kind of grinding as well. A lot of these coins are being really boring. Not a lot is happening here. Consolidation, but a bigger move is coming. We are going to see a bigger move come with all this consolidation. It is looking like a breakout either to the upside or the downside is occurring. Now, based off money flow, overall money flow, I would have to say it's looking kind of bearish right now. Money flow is coming out on a lot of these assets, and we know money flow is kind of the key thing to watch on these assets. Okay, and then lastly, I'm going to do MNT because someone in the comments requested that. I'm sorry that I didn't see that comment a couple days ago because I know you've been asking for it for a couple days. But MNT is an interesting one. So let me go ahead and zoom out onto the daily chart. And first I want to talk about our big daily pitchfork that we pulled. So we pulled this pitchfork from, I don't know, this was 2023 lows all the way up to our 2024 highs, down to our 2024 lows. And you can see how well, let me go ahead and turn off some of these levels real quick. You can see how well this pitchfork has been respected. We were chopping around in the band, broke it to the upside, back tested it, flipped it to support, pushed up to the upper band, rejected the upper band twice, but tried to hold the midline many, many times on the daily time frame. Finally, we lost it, back tested it, rejected, came down to the lower band, chopped around, and then we rejected from the lower band. Now we're losing the pitchfork to the downside, which normally I would say is a bearish sign, and that means we're probably going to come take out our August 2024 lows. But what I would like to say, if we turn on our levels again, we do have a nice, let me find that weekly. Where was that weekly? Here we go. We are bouncing from a weekly level perfectly. And let me turn on the other weekly level. So we have a weekly level of support and a weekly level of resistance above us. And we can look at just trading this small sideways range. So if we look at this range here, we just broke it to the downside, obviously, in the last week or so. Came after losing the value area low, came up, bearishly back tested that value area low, and now we're breaking down. But the bounce we are seeing today from our weekly support level is a very nice bounce. And if we can get back within this pitchfork, we can see probably a bigger move up. And I will talk about some resistances. Now, if we do come up to this pitchfork level, around 63 cents, 62.5 to 63 cents, and we reject, that's when we can look for us to come down and take out our lows of 2024 around 46.87, 46.87. So that's what I'm going to be watching for, because we are seeing a nice reaction from that weekly level. That weekly level is giving us a strong bounce. So let me go ahead and turn on these levels now. First, we'll zoom in onto the 4-hour chart, and we're just going to analyze this sideways range that we've been looking at. You can see that, first of all, value area high of that range is at our weekly level. It's also the pitchfork band of resistance now. So this is going to be a resistance at 80 cents. It's going to be very important. But also at that resistance area, we do have a naked weekly point of control. A naked weekly point of control up there as well. So one major resistance on the chart that I will be watching is this resistance here. This is going to be naked weekly POC, value area high, weekly pitchfork band. Yeah, a lot of resistance up there. And then our next resistance that we could look at on the charts, let me turn this on as well. So more locally, our very first resistance is going to be the back test of the pitchfork around 62.6, 62.6, depending on time-wise, up to about 62.8. If we can get above that, then the next level I would be watching, we do have a naked daily point of control in confluence with a fresh daily level, in confluence with the value area low of the range, and that is going to be around 67 cents. So this guy here, it is a value area low, bearish backtest of the value area low. Now that we're below it, it's going to act as resistance. We have a fresh daily, and we have a fresh naked daily point of control there. That is the next resistance that I would be looking at. Then the third resistance that I'm really interested in is the point of control of the range. It's also the golden pocket, and we do have a naked monthly point of control there. Now, that's a high time frame point of control. So this is a very important resistance. It's also considered the fair value of the asset over since March. So that is the levels of resistance that I'm looking at. 80 cents, 73 cents, 67 cents. Those are the main levels that I'll be interested in finding shorts out, looking for shorts on this if I was trading this token. And if you don't get back above 62.6, or yes, 0.626, 0.627, then you can expect to drop down and maybe even come as low as 46 cents, or 46.87. But so far, we are seeing a very nice reaction from our weekly level of support that's below us that we just tapped into today. But I want to give some concerns and some warnings about this. If we zoom out onto the daily chart, well, first of all, yes, it doesn't look the worst here, because you can see we are making lower lows on the price action, higher lows on the momentum waves, 3 green dots, and our money flow is curving to the upside. So we could get a nice bounce from this weekly level at 55, really 56 cents. Yeah, and also Nami showing the bull divs here. Money flow is bottomed out on Nami on the daily time frame, and this could be the start of a bigger push to the upside. Let's go on to our 4-hour chart. Okay, no bull divs on the 4-hour yet though. Money flow is bottoming out. That's nice to see, and your momentum wave is bottomed out, and you got some green dots here. Let's go on to the 2-hour chart. No real bull divs on the 2-hour. And then let's go on to the 1-hour. Yeah, no, we did see some bull divs on the 1-hour here. Right now on Nami, we're printing hidden bear divs. Okay, with the hidden bear divs that are printing on Nami, I've told you guys about Nami. When Nami prints these hidden bear signals or hidden bull signals, they really do mean something. So what I'm going to be looking for, because we don't have any bull divs on any time frames except for the daily time frame, really, we could probably expect a push up to that 62.7 area. And if we do reject, I would actually be looking for rejection based off the bear divs. And then I'm going to be interested in pulling a golden pocket from the lows of today to wherever we reject. Let's just say it's at that pitchfork. And I would be looking for that golden pocket. In this case, if we pull it just to the rejection there, it's going to be around 58 cents. That could be a nice level to add to the trade. That could give us some more local time frame bull divs, and that hopefully this would take a couple days to play out. So we do have some bull divs on the 1-hour and 2-hour as we're coming down into this here. Yeah, MNT, I don't know a whole lot about this coin, but there are some of the levels that I'm interested in looking for resistances, and we are bouncing from a really nice support level right now. We need to get back inside the pitchfork. If we cannot get back inside the pitchfork, then we do have a higher probability of coming to take out this liquidity and even our lows of 2024. So that's it for today, guys. I hope this video was helpful. If you got anything out of this video, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. We do have a couple sponsors and partners of the channel. We have BYDFI. They are a VPN-free and KYC-free exchange. All you need is an email and a password. They're actually offering some really nice bonuses right now, initial deposit bonuses. So if you deposit $100, you get $50 bonus. That's a 50% deposit bonus. $500, you get $100. $1,000, you get $200. And for the bigger players, if you deposit $5,000, you get $500. You deposit $10,000, you get $1,000, $20,000, $2,000. They're also offering 17% discounts on trading fees for VIP level 1, but you can get higher discounts depending on how much you deposit. And they're also offering $8,100 in futures trading bonuses depending on how much volume you trade. And then second is NAMI down here. NAMI is an indicator that I use to help for entry and exit confirmations on trades, bull divs, money flow. It's a very good indicator. They are running a 50% off special for a limited time. The affiliate link is in the description, and if you use my discount code with my affiliate link, Divine50, you can get 50% off of NAMI if you want to give that a try. And then lastly, we have MEXC, another partner of the channel, another exchange. They are offering up to 10% cash back on your initial deposit and up to $20,000 in futures trading bonuses. So thank you all for joining, and I will see you tomorrow.